Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my May favorites video for you guys, and as always I'm going to be sharing with you guys my beauty favorites and doing a tutorial putting them all on my face. So try on style. You guys know I do this every month and I feel like it's the best way to do it so you guys can really see why I love them and how they go on the face. I also am thinking about doing a lifestyle monthly favorites starting perhaps this month. Stay on the lookout for that one because it will be coming soon. But nonetheless, let's just go ahead and get right into today's video. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have no makeup on my face whatsoever, but I don't have brows on. Usually I always have brows on. I have a new favorite brow product. That is the new Urban Decay Brow Blade. I did a review on this and I really liked it. Luckily, around the same time that I had just purchased this, my Benefit Precising My Brow was all done. So I was like, instead of opening another Precising My Brow, which I have backups, but I was like, instead of opening that, I'm gonna go ahead and just use up my brow blade. I really like it, and why not? It's really early in the morning right now, so the sun is like in full effect. I purchased this brow pencil in the shade Dark Brown. It's a little bit lighter than my actual brow hair, but I kind of like it because I feel like it doesn't make my brows look so intense. I can't even remember if I said this was my May favorites. I hope I did. I think I did. Because it's crazy. It's literally Memorial Day weekend right now, and it's about to be summer. Like, summer is upon us. Now I'm going to be using the ink side, and I'm just going to be drawing hair-like strokes right here. The only thing about this that I wish was different is that I wish that this had a spoolie. I'm filming early because after this, right now it's 8:30 in the morning. After this, I'm going to be heading out to a SoulCycle class with one of my favorite instructors. I used to go to him all the time, but then he moved and now he came back, but he doesn't teach at an hour that I'm able to go to SoulCycle. So during holidays, I always make an effort to go to his class because usually holidays he'll have like a class on the day where like I can go. So I'm really excited to be taking the class. So I literally am going to do this makeup and then have to take it off. Yesterday was the best. It was Sunday, because today's Memorial Day, but yesterday was Sunday, and it was the best day ever. I legit went to SoulCycle. I took a 60-minute class with my favorite instructor, and then I came home, went to eat with my dad. We got Indian food, which is my favorite, and then we went to the mall and I got a 30-minute massage. Like, I got a foot massage because I cannot do massages. I am way too ticklish. Like, if you touch me right here, like, I will like start laughing. Like, I just can't do massages. So we got a massage. That was incredible. It was like 30 minutes foot massage, which I needed because I work out 6 days a week. So it's always needed to have like a nice like pamper moment. So I was reading my book. I'm currently reading How to Be a Badass at Making Money. It's really good. And then I just came home. I wore no makeup the entire day and I just literally relaxed. I was editing videos, I was reading, I was relaxing, I was eating. I had no care in the world and I just went to sleep at like 8:45 p.m. Like, that just sounds amazing to me. I don't know why, but it was amazing. And I woke up today and I was finished editing my video and I was like, okay, let's film before we go to SoulCycle. It's always good when you can just take a day for yourself and do nothing. Especially during holiday weekends, I feel like it's the best thing ever. So palette I've been really into this month has been the KKW Beauty palette. This is, does it tell me the name? Oh my God, it doesn't tell me the name. I think this is their cherry palette, like their blossom palette. It comes with these very beautiful spring, summer appropriate colors. Just very nice, soft neutrals. I have to say, I think KKW Beauty's eyeshadows are really great quality. They're just so nice and pigmented and they blend out so beautifully. They're very like intense, especially when it comes to the shimmery shades. So I want to go in, actually, hold on. And I just prepped my eyes with some shadow base using the P. Louis. It's not a favorite, but it's just what I'm using. I've been using this for a while now. Really excited to try out the new Anastasia Beverly Hills base. I've heard really good things about that one. It's very similar to the P. Louis. So I'm excited to test that out. So I'm basically just putting this color all over the crease. I'm just doing what I typically use when I do this palette. And I like this shade because it's like a soft, subtle pink. So it really kind of adds a nice girly warmth to my look. And you can see how easy that blends out. I'm just putting that all over with a nice fluffy brush. This is also going to serve as a base because we are going to be going in with a shadow on the lid and also up here a little bit to add a little bit of dimension. So now we're going to take the color and start packing it onto our lid. Typically for the summertime, I like to do very practical looks, unless it's going to be like for an evening out or when I really feel like doing a lot of eyeshadow makeup. But I feel like these practical looks are just so much easier, just kind of throwing on a matte shade all over the lid and then applying a pretty shimmer on top to give it that beautiful dimension. I also feel like during the summertime is the time where people want to wear the least amount of makeup. Now I'm going to show you guys a technique that I like to do. If you guys own the Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist, which I mentioned already in a favorites video, but today I'm going to show you a tip that I like to do. Whether it's this or something that has like shimmer in it, I really recommend using it to kind of spray your brush when you're using a shimmer because I feel like it adds more intensity and a little bit more of like a beautiful like super metallic shimmer. So what I like to do is whenever I'm working with my shimmers, I take the spray, I spray my MAC 242, and then I go in and take the shimmer of my preference. Today I'm going to be using this shimmer right here, and we're going to be popping that all over. You can see you have a base now, which was that pretty soft pink, and this can go on top of it and really look super duper pigmented. Just patting it back and forth so it looks evenly distributed all throughout. It just looks really beautiful. I'm gonna use a little bit more. I've honestly been using this Farsali mist mainly for this technique. You guys know that I have very oily skin, so it's very rare that I want to look like super dewy or like super like luminous. So I love it, but I was like, oh my god, this is gonna work so perfectly for when I wanna use those really pretty shimmers on my lids and I need a little bit of extra like pop. Before I was using the one by MAC, the shimmery one, but mine's almost done, so I stopped using that one and I started to use this one. That's just another way that, like I mentioned earlier, where I'm trying to use all the products that I buy. So if I see that it would be good for something, I'm gonna start using it immediately. I'm not gonna go ahead and let it sit there and go to waste like I've done in the past. That's a huge priority for me, especially as somebody that's constantly trying out new makeup. It looks so beautiful. Like you can turn this into a night look, you can turn this into a day look. Like it just looks absolutely stunning. Something else that I've been really enjoying is doing eyeliner, like a wing liner with my shadows. I've been kind of intrigued with this idea because I like to make it look a little bit more smoky rather than super intense and harsh, especially for this time of the year where everything should be a little bit softer. So I'm gonna be taking the dark brown in that palette. But the cool thing about this is that we can just make it as soft as possible. You can see like the softness of it. It's so beautiful. Just cleaning up that edge so I can kind of see it a little bit better. But you guys can see that it just looks so pretty. The key with this also is not going in over too many times because the whole purpose of doing it with eyeshadow is to really give it a soft, smoky look. So the more you keep going and like adding more pigment to it, the more it's gonna look super fierce and intense, which if that's what you wanna do, that's totally okay. The reason I'm just mentioning it is because I feel like a lot of times I've been like, oh my God, I want it to look really smoky, and then I end up going over and over with more product, and that's why it's not looking super smoky. It's looking more of a like intense eyeliner that I could have done with gel brown liner. So definitely the key to this is just keeping everything very, very blended out, very diffused out, and then going ahead and just being very soft with the eyeshadow. Then I'm going to be taking my Marc Jacobs liner. This is in the shade Brown Out. You guys have been seeing me use this a lot. It's one of my favorite pencils. This one does have some like sparkles in there, so that's just something to keep in mind because I know some people don't like any sparkles. But I've come to really like it, especially when I'm just using it for the waterline. Now I'm going to be taking my lash curler. Today I'm just going to be using my own lashes. So I'm going to be taking the Voluminous Lash Paradise Base, which is a primer by L'Oreal. It's supposed to complement the Lash Paradise mascara that everybody loves from the drugstore. So today we're literally keeping it very, very just natural. I love this because my lashes are super duper tiny, so it's really helpful when I can have a primer that can make them look a little bit more full and a little bit more longer, and I feel like this one is definitely doing it for me. If you guys are on a budget, you should really check this out because I know a lot of the really good ones at Sephora and Ulta can be super duper expensive. This is definitely one that I can sit here and recommend. I'm sure that if you have longer lashes, this will look better on you. It's just that my lashes are so naturally tiny and sparse that this may look a little cray-cray. And then I like to go back in one more time once this has dried a little bit and kind of curl them a little bit more so that I can really hold the curl. But that's pretty much it for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing we just did on this side over here, and then we can go ahead and start the rest of the face. Okay, so I am back. I finished both eyes and I am living. This is typically what I like to do, is just keep it super soft. And then also with the no lash effect, I feel like it gives you one less step to have to worry about. I've also noticed that the times that I do use lashes and then I go in with, like, let's say a smoked out liner that isn't black, because my lash glue is black tone, it's not working out for me. So I'm gonna have to buy a clear lash glue as well for when I wanna do looks like this. But let's just go ahead and jump right into foundation. I don't have a favorite primer this month. I've still been using the same ones that I have. But I do have a new foundation that I've been loving, and I did a review on this. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I've been obsessed with this foundation. It is so good. This is in the color Suede. I've also really been loving the e.l.f. sponge, this purple one. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the foundation all over. It's just such a good foundation for such an affordable price that you just are totally in for a good product. As you can see, it covers pretty quickly. There's a little bit of redness left, but it's about to cover all of that. Real quick though. This is kind of bugging me right here, the color. Just want to blend it out a little bit. I'm gonna be taking a little bit more, specifically targeting the cheek area because that's where it's still a little bit red. I just feel like it covers pretty quickly and it's just such a beautiful consistency. It gives you such a like perfected finish. Now I'm going to be going in with another favorite. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. This concealer is so beautiful and really full coverage, so a little bit goes a long way. I'm using this in the color Creme Brulee, and I'm just going to be applying this all beneath. It's extreme full coverage. Like, you will be good to go with this baby. And it does such a good job for me for brightening. Like, you can see how much it brightened my under eye. Usually when I use concealer, that's what I go for, is a color that will really give me a bright makeup appearance. And that's exactly what this did for me. So just gonna take that all over. Look at the difference immediately. So now I'm gonna be taking the Jeffree Star Powder. I've also been a fan of this powder, especially for baking. I feel like it does a good job of really going in and giving you the full effect that you need. I purchased this in Banana. I feel like for under eye baking, it can sometimes give my brightening effect a little bit more of a duller look, just because I feel like it's the color Banana. So I think I'm gonna purchase a lighter one for the under eyes because I really do enjoy it. But when it comes to like baking the rest of my face and setting it, it is so lovely. It is very, very nice and fine. So it's able to really kind of give my face a good matte effect. And also when I'm brushing away the powder from the bake, it brushes away immediately. Unlike some of my other powders that they leave kind of like a little bit of separation and dryness, this one doesn't do that. Like I mentioned, with this Jouer, you have to use very little product. If you do the full triangle thing, it's gonna be way too much product. So I'm not typically used to using that little of product, but because this is so full coverage, I need to make sure that I just use a little hint of it. Another thing with this powder is that you don't have to leave it on for too long. You can just leave it on for like a minute and it will do what it needs to do. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our blush. And for blush this month, I've been obsessed with this Flower Beauty blush. This is in the shade Flower Pots. Wait, no, that's not the shade. In the shade Warm Hibiscus, and it is so beautiful. It complements my complexion so nicely, and I love it because it has a little tiny bit of hint of shimmer. So when you're turned, it kind of gives you a little bit of some beautiful, like almost highlighted effect to the blush. So I've been wearing this a lot, but I've just been like obsessed with this blush. I am really excited to check out more of the Flower Beauty blushes because I feel like they are gorgeous. When I went to my Ulta and I picked this one up, they only had one color left and it was a very, very pretty pale pink, but I felt like it may be a little too light for my complexion. So I didn't end up picking it up, but that was the only other one that they had. All the other ones were sold out. So I was like, these must be really good. So I'm glad that I got the last one of this color, but I mean, look at that, we are snatched. So now I wanna go in with my other technique that I told you guys about, where I go in and just give a nice baking effect down here, just so that I can really structure these cheeky cheeks. This is truly my favorite thing to use the powder for. I was never a huge like baker. You know what I mean. I was never big on doing this like baking method for my blush, but I've really been into it ever since I started using this powder because it does right away. The only thing with setting powders that are loose is that you have to really be careful with them because they just get so dirty so quick. So I really try to remove all the powder off. While we let this bake a little bit, we're gonna go in with our highlighter. You guys saw me use this in one of my testing new makeup video. This is the I Love Revolution Rose Gold Glow. Like, look how beautiful they are. So I've just been obsessed and they give me a really intense glow. I'll be mixing this one and this one and just popping it right here. Then I'm gonna be doing the same thing. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Farsali Skin Mist because I want to make it look a little bit more wet so it doesn't look too dry. Like, it just looks phenomenal. It's very intense. And then a little bit on my nose. I'm gonna go and dust away this powder. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our lips. So for lips today, we're gonna be using our lip liner in Stripdown. This has been my favorite lip liner at the moment. It's so crazy because I feel like I've become such a lip liner girl. I used to never wear lip liner, ever. And now that's legit, like, I have to start off with lip liners. Then I'm gonna be using this matte lipstick by Colourpop in collaboration with I Love Sarai in the color Sueno de Coco. And we're gonna be applying that all here. It's like the perfect nude for me. Speaking of nudes, I'm so excited for the new Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics nude lipsticks. Oh my god, I cannot wait. And we don't just stop there because there's one more thing I like to put on top, and that is the Karrechue Lychee Me gloss. I'm just gonna let this like set for a second. I really want to try the new Colourpop Shayla lipstick and a lip liner. I heard it's really nice. A lot of influencers have been raving about the lip liner and the matte liquid lipstick duo. I feel like it'll be really good quality. And you guys can see this goes perfectly with the eye makeup. I feel like you can never go wrong with a nude, no matter what time of the year it is. So I'm just gonna apply it right here, just like the center of my lip. I just like it because I feel like it adds really good dimension with the different textures of lip products we have going on. So that pretty much completes today's May favorites, but I had to back up because I wanted you guys to take in the whole look. I just really feel like everything about this look is perfect. I feel like it's very wearable, it's very easy, and a lot of the things that I used, even if you don't have these things necessarily, you can go ahead and pick up similar colors in your collection and use them. Like for example, the palette. I know a lot of people don't own KKW Beauty, but a lot of these colors are just similar to things that you can find in drugstore palettes or in high-end palettes. You'll find those colors because they're very like wearable colors. But everything that I have on, I really have been using nonstop this month. I've been obsessed with. This lip is like giving me life. Like I've just completely been re-obsessed with like these brownie nudes for some reason, which is perfect timing because like I mentioned, the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics lipsticks are coming out and they're all nudes, and I'm just so excited about that. So I feel like doing my makeup with my favorites, like my current favorites, definitely gets me excited for all the favorites that I'll have next month. So many amazing launches are coming out soon, so you guys will see me definitely be testing out some more products. If there's products that I didn't mention in this video, like primer and stuff, it's probably because I didn't have a favorite for that. But everything else that I did mention are things that I'm absolutely obsessed with. So please give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy watching my try on style beauty favorites for each month. I hope that you enjoyed this video enough to stick around and subscribe. The subscribe button is down below, so make sure you go ahead and hit that because we are so close to 30,000 subscribers. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm just really excited about that because that's definitely a milestone for me. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video because why would you? And that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys!